Okay. Let's change this. Right. So, people, we are live. This is a very last-minute emergency live stream. I can't lie about that. But, lads, today we have some breaking news. And yeah, what can I say? Arsenal have decided to make 55 employees, club employees, redundant. Basically meaning they're sacked. And in one of those employees that has been sacked is Francis Cagigao. I can't pronounce his name, but he is the Arsenal head of recruitment. Basically Arsenal's head scout. He's the guy who replaced Sven Mislintat all those years ago. And yeah, it's a mad one, but he's gone now, apparently, according to many reports. So I'm going to get on screen right now, as you guys can see. Let me just share the screen with you guys. It is a bit mad, I can't lie. Like, I didn't see this coming. I woke up to news and I was like, wow, this is mental. Let's have a share of the screen. So as you can see here, Arsenal are proposing 55 redundancies at the club due to the financial implications of COVID-19 pandemic and now entering a required 30-day consultation period on the proposals. So as you guys can see there and there, it is a bit of a mad one. I can't lie. Like, it just came out of nowhere. I woke up to the news and I was like, I wasn't expecting this. I had a completely different video in mind. And I might still post it today as well, to be fair. But this has just come out of nowhere. And I was like, wow, it is a bit of a mad one. So the fact that Arsenal have done this, it just goes to show there's so many different things that have been they've been put out there. Now, let's start off with Mesut Ozil. Now, Mesut Ozil is a guy who a lot of Arsenal fans are almost... not a lot, but some Arsenal fans are trying to put this blame on towards, because obviously with Mesut Ozil not deciding to take a pay cut, a lot of fans believe the reason why these 55 employees are becoming redundant is because players like Mesut Ozil have not taken that wage cut, which, it's understandable because a lot of fans are going to go to that. I mean, we don't know the ins and outs of the Arsenal board and what's going on there. But what I can say is it probably did have an effect. Let's make no mistake. But obviously then you have to look at Mesut Ozil and go, right, he's one. But look at Stan Kroenke. This guy's worth £6 billion. You think he couldn't, just keep these guys, give their jobs to these guys. So it is a massive one. It's a massive debate to have. And so as I said, lads, get in the comments below and let us know your thoughts. What are you thinking about it? What's your thoughts on the situation? And what do you think is going to happen with Arsenal now? We got a comment here. You got, that's the thing. I didn't want this to happen after Sven Mislintat left as the chief recruiter. Yes, it's a case of deja vu. And again, as I said, man, it's a massive thing for a lot of Arsenal fans. We don't know what's going to happen now. And I'm going to get you another thing on my screen right now. Hang on, give me a sec. I'm going to just share this other screen window as well, because this is another thing. Now, obviously, with the employees being sacked, another one is, of course, Francis Cagigao. He is the Arsenal head of recruitment. He's basically the Arsenal head of scout. This guy's a guy who scouted players like Martinelli, scouted players like Bellerin, Cesc Fabregas, Alexis Sanchez, some of Arsenal's top players over the past few years. This is the guy who's been scouting them, apparently. And there is a fear, apparently, in the Arsenal inside the club right now. And the fear is, in certain quarters, that Arsenal's executive team are wed to select a set voices and marginalizing those with an alternative view, particularly when it comes to transfers and planning. And I think what that is meant to say is, in terms of Arsenal right now, if you look at in terms of Raul Sanllehi, he's got control of the club in terms of he's the guy who runs it in a way. You got Vinay as well, but Raul's the guy who runs it. And I think what that's trying to say is there are certain people within inside the club that are not agreeing with Raul, and when they don't agree with him, they face the prospect of being sacked, which is, it shouldn't be like that, because obviously in clubs there should be different voices, different ways of, so and so. But lads, as I said, I'm not quite sure what to make out of this right now. So as I said, get in the comments. We got a comment saying it's not all about Ozil, but I hope it doesn't change anything. I hope it doesn't change. I hope not as well, man. But this is you can say, man. We've got a billionaire owner. Yeah, who can tell this guy, man? Why? Yes, Mesut Ozil is probably slight towards blame towards it. I'm not defending Mesut Ozil, by the way. But at the same time, when you've got a £6 billion owner, he should take responsibility at the same time as well. He's got the money there. He's making profit even during the coronavirus. So you think he can't pay for these employees? It doesn't make any sense to me. I can't lie. What does this mean for our transfer window? Not only is our recruitment gone, but how much will we really have spending after the cuts? Well, I'm not quite sure, because even today, lads, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to post a video later. It'll be double upload today. But even after this whole thing, we're still getting linked with players like Willian. We're still getting heavily linked with players like Willian. You know, according to reports today, he's actually closing into an Arsenal deal. So do we have a lack of money, or do we don't have a lack of money? Maybe this was just an excuse to get rid of someone like the head of recruitment. And as I can say right now, as you guys can see, I believe Arsenal are going into a different route. I think they're going into a more based of the agencies and, you know, and players, people like COYG, the agent of Willian and Coutinho. They're going to start to have a lot more of a say when it comes to Arsenal transfers. And it doesn't make any sense to me. You know, a lot of Arsenal fans, we've been used to the scouts. We had Mislintat before, we had Thiago, Wenger's days. We didn't negotiate with that many agents. It was all about, you know, signing players in terms of scouting them and signing them and hoping they turn out to be world beaters. So it seems like to me, Arsenal are completely changing their route. They're going to a different direction now. They're not going towards the whole scouting player and let's find well beaters and let's find the gems. None of those days. They're now going for the agencies, you know. So they look at people like COYG or other agents like George Mendes as well. And make no mistake, a lot of Arsenal fans will want to say, oh, we're not going to get any great players. Nicolas Pepe last year. Now, a lot of you guys might not know this, but Nicolas Pepe was actually signed via an agency, the intermediary of Jorge Mendes, you know. So we can get good players from agencies, but the issue is for me is we're going to start getting a lot more dead wood as well. You look at players like Cedric Suarez, you know, I'm not saying he's a really bad player, but Arsenal have not signed him because he's a very good player or he's a free agent. We've signed him because his agent is COYG. And it's very clear to see now that Arsenal are going to be going a lot more towards this route. So lads, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you believe? Babs, I read on the Arsenal website that apparently we will still have money to be able to spend on the team. And look, we will have money, make no mistake. We're still getting linked to players and we're going to sign players regardless. Like, that's how it is. I think this right now, though, it's a massive, almost change in direction for Arsenal. We're not going towards the whole scouting players. We're going to go through Don Raul's contact book, as someone said here, as Chris Owen says. In Raul's contact book, we trust, because now it's down to that, you know. So any transfer that you want, it's going to be through the agencies of seeing who's available, what players are ready. So players like Coutinho this summer, make no mistake, I think Coutinho is going to join Arsenal because he's an agency, his agent's COYG. It makes a lot more sense. He's available for a transfer. I can see that happening, you know. But are we going to sign more players like Guendouzi, you know, players that or Martinelli's or so-and-so's? I think, I don't know, I think not now. I'm trying to figure out now because apparently he's not, you know, Francis isn't the only Arsenal scout getting let go. There's a lot of Arsenal scouts that are being let go today, obviously due to the whole coronavirus thing. So I'm trying to think to myself now, are we not going to see any more Martinellis at the club? Are we not going to see these? Because we, you know, as much as I love signing the big name players, the Coutinhos and so, I'm also a fan of, you know, signing players that are young players, making them better, and then, you know, making the world beaters. You know, we've seen it with players like Bellerin. We've seen it with players like Cesc Fabregas, you know, and he was a signing of Francis Cagigao. You know, he signed him and we sold him eventually, obviously. But he, you know, he was a great player for the Arsenal. So, lads, I'm not quite sure what's going on right now. You know, I still do believe we will have the money for transfers. But at the same time, I just don't understand. Is this almost the change of direction at Arsenal? Because last year, it was Mislintat who walked away. This year, we've sacked this guy as well. I'm trying to figure out now, is this Arsenal's way of saying we're not the old Arsenal? We're going a different way. Now, I don't know if that's the right way, but it is a completely different way of doing it. You know, we're almost becoming one of those clubs that only negotiate with agents. And that's what it's becoming in Arsenal. And it can be a very dangerous thing. I'll tell you that right now. Because, yes, you have, you know, the chance of getting great players like Pepe, like Coutinho. But also, you're going to have the prospect of signing players like Willian. And there's a comment from Omar Yaya. And he says, Babs, what are your thoughts on Willian? I am baffled by this imminent signing. Sorry. Again, I'm not quite sure, but it's the same thing again. We're doing the thing of the agencies. Willian is available. His agent is making this deal happen. You know, he wants to stay in London. You got Arsenal, Chelsea, not that far away. Same league, same environment. He's not going to take any time to adapt. So that's that as well. Now, you have got David Ornstein coming out yesterday saying that Arsenal wants Willian because of Arteta wants Willian. And if that's the case, then maybe so. And I will have a video out later as well, so make sure you guys are subscribed and have liked this video, so you guys are tuned for that video as well. But yeah, it seems like as well that Willian is coming to the Arsenal, and it is all down to the agencies. We are signing players because of their agent, not because of their ability or because we have scouted them and so and so. Now, there's two sides to every story, you know. Yes, it's all great at scouting players and going out there and signing the best of the best players. But we have, as someone else said, I'm going to find the comment right now. Yeah, you know, there have been some bad signings too. Not every signing has been Cesc Fabregas. Not every signing has been Alexis Sanchez level. There's been some really bad signings, you know. So we just don't know, you know. Someone said Edu scouted Martinelli. He probably played a pop because, of course, the Brazilian connection there. But you know, it is what it is. I'm listening to what I'm reading as well. Also, has anyone heard any news or any new news on Aubameyang's contract situation? I know Arsenal have offered a 300,000 deal, but I haven't heard any progress on that story since. I think Aubameyang is a player who will sign for Arsenal only on the conditions of who we're going to sign this summer. It is all well and great signing players, right, that are good players. But Aubameyang wants some top players. This guy is a Champions League level striker. No chance is Aubameyang going to sign a contract if we're not signing any good players. Yes, Willian's a good player. You know, he's not a really bad player. He's a player that you'd rather have than not have. Yeah, I'm not saying give him the big wages, but I'm just saying he's a good player to have. But is he the player that Aubameyang wants to stay? You know, is he? Look at United, look at Chelsea right now. Make no mistake, they are making some big moves right now. You got Jadon Sancho going to United. That's a big transfer. That's a big transfer. Breaking their record. You've got players like, Chelsea signing Havertz. They've already got Werner. They've already got Ziyech as well. There's two big signings. So if you're Chelsea's top stars, they're going, okay, look, I can see this club is doing something. But also right now, you've got Willian and then potentially Coutinho and Gabriel Magalhaes, you know. Coutinho's exciting, and so is Gabriel Magalhaes. Willian less so. But is that enough to convince Aubameyang to sign that new contract? I don't understand. I'm not quite sure. Lee Gunnar Savage is saying, I'm worried. And I'm also not worried, but I'm a bit bamboozled. What's going on? I'm confused. What's going to happen next? Are we going to sign players just via Kia Jorbajan's agent book? You know? And there you go. What's the Kia J players at Arsenal right now? 2, 3? Well, I don't know. I think Cedric's one. You know, Willian could be if he joins one. I think David Luiz is another one who's in that agency book. You know, so there's a few agents of Kia Jorbajan at the club, and I don't understand what's going to happen now. You know, is it going to be that they're going to sign players not based of scouting them, not based of looking into the player and saying this is the right player? Because there have been some great players that also signed over the past 10, 20 years that have been through scouting. You know, players like Gabriel Martinelli, you don't sign him because of agency. You sign him because you scouted him. And look at him now. He looks like a fantastic player, a fantastic buy, a bargain. Are we going to get those bargains anymore? Or is it just going to be loans with obligations to buy and more loans upon more loans and players that big clubs just don't want to have anymore and we're picking up the leftovers? Because that's not how we're going to progress, I think, at least. You know, if they can't make it at Barcelona and if they can't make it at Real Madrid, they might be good at Arsenal, but are they able to get us to that level? Because make no mistake, that is what Arsenal need to get to one day. We need to get to that level again, where Liverpool are right now. And Liverpool didn't do that by signing players for agencies. They signed players that they scouted for time, comprehensively made reports about them, and then they signed them. You think they just signed Mo Salah because his agent was so-and-so? No, they signed him because they scouted him. They saw the profile of the player, and therefore Mo Salah is the player he is today. Same with Sadio Mane, you know, maybe Van Dijk was different. But at the same time, as I said, lads, they signed players to make their team better and not players that were dead woods of the top clubs. And that's what Arsenal are doing right now, you know. Yes, Coutinho is going to be a great signing if we do sign him, I think at least. But at the same time, by signing him, make no mistake, we are getting the dead woods of Barcelona, you know. And so you have to ask yourself the question, what do Arsenal do now? How do we get better? So lads, what else we got in the comments? He goes, I want Doucouré, Magalhaes, or Malang Sarr. 3 signings, or Coutinho, Partey, Doucouré. Only 3 signings for me. Look, I think Arsenal's still going to sign players. Make no mistake. I've said it before. I think Arsenal's still going to go out there. We're still going to sign a few players, you know. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of fans that are worried now. But if we end the summer with players like Partey at the club, Coutinho potentially as well, and I thought about Magalhaes, I'm sure a lot of Arsenal fans once again will be excited. We were the same last summer, you know. Last summer, we had a player, you know, we had this window where we signed Pepe, we signed Tierney, signed Saliba and Ceballos and so and so. And we were excited going into that season. I watched a lot of prediction videos actually back now from last summer. And a lot of people were saying that Arsenal will finish in 3rd. So make no mistake, this window has a massive effect on the Arsenal fans' mood and how they're going to get there. And we will have to wait and see what happens, lads. So again, I'm not quite sure. You know, it is a mad one. What else we got? Babs, not hating anything. Did you leave second E employees because you were out of characters? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say there, bro. Okay. So Babs, Babs, you know how we have a lot of young talents at the club? Well, I think we need to keep looking at the future, but add some experienced players to teach the youngsters. And then make no mistake, that is true. We need to sign players that are experienced. We can't just sign players that are youngsters and youngsters and youngsters. And look, if we have a partnership with the next year of Saliba and Magalhaes, yes, it is mouthwatering in the times of, there's very talented players, but are they enough, have they enough experience? Because experience is key as well, make no mistake, man. So many players go, and that's why Arsenal are signing Willian. According to Ornstein, at least, they're saying Arsenal signing Willian because he's an experienced winner, because he has won trophies at Chelsea. He has won a lot of trophies. He's won league titles at Chelsea. So experience plays a part, but also, lads, again, it's just a matter of I don't know what's happening right now. This news came out of nowhere. I had a different video planned today that was going to go out right now. It's going to go out later now. But that video was meant to be completely something else. And now this has come out of there. I don't know what's going to happen, lads. But lads, if you're new to the stream, like the video and do subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. And as always, get in the comments and let me know your thoughts. Your opinions on Diego Carlos. This guy's a centre back who plays for Sevilla. No, I think he's a good centre back, but I'm going to be brutally honest. All I know about this guy is he's going on FIFA, and I don't want to say also sign a player off FIFA, so I can't really go into detail with him. Players like Magalhaes I've actually been looking at for a few months now because they were linked with Arsenal a few months ago, so it's different now. Okay, what else we got here? Thiago was not perfect, but so far Kia's signings are below par. Exactly, man. Look, I'm not saying by keeping Francis we were going to be the next great club again. We've had this guy at our club for many years, and we're still just as bad as we were 10 years ago. If not, we've gone worse. So he's not actually made Arsenal get that much better. It's not like that. Maybe you can say he didn't have a say in every transfer. Maybe you never know. But again, with Kia as well, I'm not convinced by going this route they're going to get somewhere. They're going to get somewhere forwards. I don't think it's going to happen like that. So we've got to say, Babs, we have to get rid of some defenders. We have many players who look at our bench at Arsenal against Chelsea in the FA Cup. We need experience, not young players. Look, as I said, I agree with that. We need a lot of young players. What else we got? What other guy was in? Wait, what other guy was? Oh, I misspelled. Sorry, lads. This video came out very quickly. I was just up, and I was like, yeah, let's make this video. But there will be another video later, which is a lot more taking time into. So make sure you watch that as well. Why was he sacked? So obviously due to the whole COVID-19 implications, apparently, according to Arsenal, they're saying that Arsenal, they're sacking him because, although they've not sacked him, they're redundant because the whole financial implications of COVID-19. Now you say that, but I saw a report, I'm going to try to find it for you guys right now, that it wasn't actually that expensive. I can't find it right now for you guys, but keeping these employees wasn't actually that expensive. It wasn't a deal breaker for Arsenal. I think I'm going to say it right now. I think there's a hidden truth behind this. I think there's a conspiracy theory here. I don't think Arsenal have gotten rid of these employees because of the COVID-19. Maybe so, but I also think getting rid of the scouts plays a part of a change in direction. I think Arsenal want to go this route, and by having a scout there, it was almost holding them back in a way of going full on this other scout-based direction or agency-based direction. So I think that plays a part as well, 100%. I think we have a model where we get players from agents. It's very expensive, and I think we'd be better off spending less players or money on underrated players. I agree as well. Look, but at the same time, it works two ways. You can have a mix of both. You can scout players like Martinelli. You can scout players like Guendouzi. You can scout players like that. At the same time as signing some experienced players like Coutinho. Now the fact that we're going to go completely in this one direction is scary because you can go two ways. We can sign some players from top clubs that we were never going to get in the past, and it's going to be exciting times for Arsenal because when you see a big player sign for Arsenal, you're always going to be excited. But at the same time, it can go the other way. And we just get plenty of these expensive players on massive wages who are just going to ruin the club. And, I've heard a lot of fans say today that we potentially could be the next Leeds United. Is that the case? Are we being an overreactionary fan base? Or are we actually going that route? I'm not quite sure. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think we Arsenal should get Ceballos permanently? I think so. He's really changed my mind in the past month or two. Since coming out of the restart, this guy has been nothing short of, for me, spectacular. He has everything in him as a midfielder. He's got the tenacious passion, the desire, and he plays for the badge as well. Go back to the FA Cup final. He's throwing his body on the line, and he has the technical ability as well. So again, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I think for Ceballos, I would sign Danny Ceballos. So let me know if you would sign Ceballos as well. Surely at least Socrates is gone. Hardly featured since a restart from a couple of minutes in the FA Cup final. Look, again, I think it's time for a go. He has to go. He's just not good enough for Arsenal anymore. Big CS says, would you sell one of Emi and Leno to spend the money on the area? Now, that's a dodgy one because Emiliano Martinez could be leaving Arsenal this summer. Make no mistake, because Martinez is a player who's a top goalkeeper, as you can see. Do you really think he'll want to go back to being a number 2? And if he used to be Arsenal number 1, what happens with Bert Leno? I mean, it's a good dilemma to have up until one player leaves, because one player is eventually going to leave. We are not going to have both Martinez and Leno for the long term. One of them is going to leave. And so comments, spam the comments. Leno or Martinez? Who would you rather have as the Arsenal first-team goalkeeper? Because Martinez has been spectacular, but Leno, let's not forget, was one of our players of the year before the whole injury against Brighton. What's Saka's market value in your opinion? I think he's worth quite a bit of money, but I'm not trying to sell him, So I think probably up to 40, 50 million pounds because he's got a contract now. So he is worth quite a bit. We got Martinez, we got Leno, Emi for them. It's very mixed, man. It is very, very mixed. I don't know, man. There's quite a few Emmys here. I'll tell you what. Emi should leave for 50. If Emi leaves, it should be 50 million pounds. Look, I wouldn't be surprised because he's a top goalkeeper. Look at Chelsea, for example. They don't even have one goalkeeper. And then Arsenal here with 2 goalkeepers. It's weird because all those years ago, we didn't have any good goalkeepers. And now we've got 2 very good goalkeepers. So, personally speaking, I'm not sure what to say. It's a very hard dilemma to answer. Emiliano Martinez has been nothing short of class. And I love him to death. After the final, him crying really got to my heart because I said, this guy really cares about the club. But then at the same time, Bert Leno, let's not forget, this guy has been a very good player for the Arsenal. And he was almost Arsenal's player of the year up until the injury against Brighton. So you can't it's very weird. It's a very hard situation to be in right now. I can't lie. And I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. But it's a good dilemma to have. Do you think Kroenke and Sanelli are frauds? Well, it's weird. I think Kroenke is a fraud, 100%. Kroenke is 110% fraud. Make no mistake. But Raul Sanllehi is very hit and miss. Sometimes he's done Raul Sanllehi and he's getting things done. And you're like, wow. And then sometimes it's the complete opposite. And he's giving contracts to David Luiz and Cedric and so on. So you're like, bro, you're a fraud. So I don't know. This guy Ryan's he's very hit and miss that Raul Sanllehi, I'll tell you right now. Some fans love him to death and they think he's done. And last summer, people were calling for this guy to get a statue. So it goes back and forwards with Raul Sanllehi. I don't think he's a fraud yet, but he's on a fine line right now. You never know with Raul Sanllehi. Depending on how this move right now today could go 2 ways. Either also can get some top players this summer and we compete for the top 4 next year and we forget about the whole scam situation. Or we don't do that. We go into financial debt because we're signing players on massive wages and we end up getting worse and worse and worse. I'm not quite sure. Interesting comment here. Apparently, Oba wants Ousmane Dembele to link up with him again at Arsenal and to persuade him to stay at the club. They are linked at Dortmund. They linked up at Dortmund. Good move for Arsenal or way too pricey. I'm not sure. Look, Ousmane Dembele is a good player, but again, injuries play a part, man. I've had enough of signing players who are, yes, they're great players, but they cannot remain fit. We had it with Jack Wilshere. We had it with Aaron Ramsey. They were great players, and of course, I would love them to stay at the club. But I understand you need to be playing week in, week out. And Ousmane Dembele, if we can sort it out, because Arsenal apparently do have a new medical guy coming out who has a track record of getting these players to remain fit, then yeah, Dembele is a world-class baller on his day. His potential is insane. But again, I'm not quite sure. And if Oba wants him to stay, if Aubameyang's going to stay with Ousmane Dembele coming in, I'll sign Ousmane Dembele because that's how much I want Aubameyang to stay. Okay, what else we got? Kroenke is using Arsenal for his. We know this already. There's nothing new here. We all know this is happening. And it's hard to understand, but it's happening, bro. And we can't do anything about it. Yes, we can have banners, and yes, we can have movements and so. But are we going to move this guy out of the club? And is he going to invest at Arsenal? I don't know, man. It's scary times for Arsenal sometimes, honestly. It's really weird. What, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, even a week ago, sorry, we're celebrating the FA Cup final. A week later, we don't know what's happening. Should Arsenal sign Coutinho? Of course, I think we should. Do you know what? It's a very missed comment section about Coutinho. Yes, he will be a great player for Arsenal, but he won't address the Arsenal creativity issue entirely. He will be a part of it, yes, but he's not a proficient chance creator of the highest level. He ain't no Mesut Ozil when it comes to chance creating level. But goal scoring, he will offer us that. And that's why I want him. A goal scorer from midfield. 100%. What else have we got? So what happened, Babs? Well, obviously, as you guys can see, Arsenal have sacked 55 or made 55 employees redundant. So, yeah, that's what's happened. That's what's happened. Do you think... Wait, hang on. That comment disappeared. Do you think Arteta will be backed? I hope so. I honestly hope so, because for me, I think we have a potentially world-class manager there. And we need to back this guy, because this is a guy, for me, if you back him, he has every single bit of potential to take Arsenal forwards and progress us to the highest level and back to the top. In terms of top 4, yes. And then after that, in terms of maybe eventually the title. Well, that should be our goal. You know, a lot of Arsenal fans don't want to say that, but it should be our goal. It should 100% be our goal. Should Gabriel go to the Gunners? Look, I've got a video coming out later, lads. It'll come around 10 p.m. or 10:30 after the Man United Europa League game. And it will be about Gabriel Magalhaes, an interesting update Magalhaes, and about Coutinho's, and about Williams, and Guendouzi, and Lacazette. There's the rumours there as well. And that video will be out today at 10 p.m. Double upload today. Hope you guys do enjoy that. So make sure you like the video, this video as well. Let's get this video to 100 likes. I'm not sure how many likes button right now. And do subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. What else we got? Kia will make this club bankroll the fraud. It could happen, you know. It could happen, because this is a guy who will send every bit of... I'm hoping the God also realize this is not the way to do it. Yes, I don't mind signing players from agencies. We've done it with Pepe. We've done it with players in the past. But also some players, they need to be scouted as well. I want to mix at Arsenal. I don't want to go just one way and it ruins Arsenal. Babs, wonder what the board promised Arteta this summer. And I'm hoping they offer them a lot of money, because this is a summer we need to back this guy. We backed Emery last year. Make no mistake. Say what you want about Arsenal last summer and the whole £45 million budget. But we backed Unai Emery. You know, we gave him Pepe. We gave him players like David Luiz, Tierney, Ceballos. We gave him a lot of players that he wanted. You know, and then there's a lot of fans also saying that, yeah, you know, we should have got Zaha instead. But we backed Unai Emery. We spent our record amount of money on the player. So we gave Emery the money, and it didn't work out. But this summer, we need to do it again. And I'm scared, because of last summer, the owners might go, oh, we don't want to do it. We're very scared of what happened last year. We don't want to save them, because we spent the money last year and we got worse. You know, we went from 5th place and this close to the Champions League to 8th place and just about above the likes of Burnley. So maybe the owner, I don't know, man. I wish I gave you the answers about now. I wish I had all the answers, but I don't, unfortunately. You know, and I'm gonna have to obviously give you guys updated and so. But we will wait and see, lads. Hopefully things work out well. Is Coutinho good enough? Of course he's good enough. He's a good player, Felipe Coutinho. He's a top player on his day, and you know he's a Premier League proven player as well. So yeah, I think he would be a great signing for Arsenal, and I think we're gonna get him as well because of the whole agency thing. And if we don't get Coutinho now, after sacking our head of recruitment, it's fraudulence. You know, as COYG would say, it's elite fraudulence there. Because nah, we're not having that. We're not having that, lads. Babs, any news on Aubameyang? Hope he stays. So from what we're hearing right now, from the reports that we're seeing online and so, Aubameyang is happy at Arsenal. But I do believe Aubameyang staying at Arsenal is going to depend on 2 different things. It will be how many players Arsenal are going to sign this summer. Who are we going to sign this summer? Because if we don't sign that caliber of players that United are signing, that Chelsea signing, you don't think Aubameyang's not going to stay. He ain't going to stay, man. You know, because he understands Aubameyang's a Champions League striker. He doesn't deserve to be in the Europa League for the 3rd year in a row. He came to Arsenal to be for Dortmund. He was in Champions League football. For Arsenal, he hasn't been there for a single year. And he's an Arsenal captain. I think he's happy at the club. The club loves him. The players love him. The fans love him. But at the same time, he wants to see ambition. And now it's down to and I'll tell you what, if Aubameyang stays for Arsenal, I think it will be a massive indication that Arsenal mean business, because it will tell me that Arsenal are definitely in for some big name players. So hopefully he signs that contract, because then it will confirm to me that we are in for that case. We need to risk it on Ousmane Dembele. Maybe a loan deal. Now, that's a more feasible deal. I don't want to sign him straight away. But who would you sign, lads? Dembele or Coutinho? You know, because they're both players from Barcelona. I highly doubt we're going to get both. So if you had a choice between Ousmane Dembele, or Felipe Coutinho, spam the comments. Who would you rather have? Coutinho, Dembele. I want to see what you guys have to say. Where do you think Arsenal... where's that comment gone? Wait, why is it not going to that comment? There you go. Where do you think Arsenal will finish next year? It's very weird. It all depends on the window. Right now, I'd say probably 5th. Right now. That's because we signed no one so far. Once we sign our players, if we sign the right centre back like Gabriel Magalhaes, sign a proper attacking midfielder, Coutinho, address the creativity, I think we can finish fourth, and maybe, and I'm saying maybe, I don't take this seriously, maybe third. And that's because I trust Arteta. He's coming to Arsenal, he's beaten Pep, he's beaten Klopp, he's beaten Ole, he's beaten Lampard, he's won a trophy. I believe in the manager. But at the same time, I also understand, it depends on the players. You cannot expect Arteta to make top four if you don't give him that creative player and a good centre back. So it's down to that, lads. It's down to that. What else we got? Are you watching Europa League games today? We're watching them, but I don't think I'll be live streaming them. Unless you guys want to see that. I don't know if you guys want to see that. Fourth, optimistically, fifth, realistic. That's how it is right now. We know we're not that good. The squad's not that good, but we have a manager there. And Arteta has got the best out of these players so far. And I'll go as far as saying, if we had Arteta at the start of this season, I think we would have finished within the top four. I honestly do. I think United were good towards the end of the season, but they weren't great. And same with Chelsea. They had their losses and they had their moments as well. And they got top four, not because they were that good, but more because of how bad the likes of Tottenham were, Arsenal were, and so. And Leicester bottling it as well. So, I don't know. It's weird to see. It's all depending on transfers. It's a very reactionary thing. Last summer, as I said, we were going into that season. A lot of Arsenal fans were very optimistic. And a lot of pundits were putting Arsenal into the top four, top three. A lot of people were saying Arsenal will be the closest to Liverpool, Man City. Go back to last summer and go watch the whole prediction videos and you'll see what I'm saying. So it all depends on transfers. If you sign the right players, fans will be positive and people will believe again. And that's what we need. Dembele could be a sensible on loan. Definitely. His ex-ambitious, I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry. Can help. Mason Greenwood is an example. I can't pronounce that. I don't know why. I fumbled that. But yeah, I think Dembele on loan is, I think it could be a good thing. What else we got? The way Arteta has changed the way Arsenal plays is mad. I think you guys will get top four. And you know what, right? When I see a lot of the rival fans or Chelsea United fans say what they want about them, but a lot of them do rate Arteta. And I can sense a bit of fear that if Arsenal do back Arteta, we are on an upwards trajectory. We're going to get better. I'm telling you right now. If Arteta gets backed in the summer window, right? The rival fans know as well. We've got the manager there. If you can get the right players, because you've got a core of good players, a core of good youngsters, Martinelli, Saka, you got players like Saliba coming through now as well, Aubameyang if he stays as well. But then it's down to back in Arteta again. If you back Arteta, we'll make top four, 100%. I think so at least. Okay, true. Sure, we won the transfer window. Emery killed us though. Exactly, it was a bad evening. It was a really bad evening, and I said it right now. We back to Emery, and we should have gone better. Let's see what else we got going on in the world of Arsenal Football Club. I'm going to get something else on the screen. This is the guy for Twitter, by the way. Follow man like Z. Now we got a bit of news on Aubameyang. Oh, wow. Breaking news for Aubameyang coming from Fabrizio Romano. Lads, on Bath14's channel right now. So, if we can get this to share on this side, I'm going to share on that side because it's not sharing that screen. So, we're going to share that screen again. Right, lads, we have got breaking news on Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang from Fabrizio Romano. On Aubameyang is waiting to see if other top clubs offer him a contract, like Barcelona. At the moment, no one has made a bid. So there you go, lads. It looks like Aubameyang is keeping his options open. And it's a mad one, but wow, okay. I didn't see that coming, but so I think it's almost confirmed what we already knew. Aubameyang, yes, he loves Arsenal and he wants to stay. He would want to stay at Arsenal, but he also understands he ain't no low-level striker. He's a striker who can play at Barcelona, and if Barcelona come in for him, then I think he's gone. He's mad. I think he is gone, lads. I don't know what to say, but as Fabrizio Romano, when it comes to sources, is a very reliable guy, and so now we're gonna have to hope that Arsenal. It's mad. It's not down to Arsenal. It's over to Arsenal now. Go out there and sign players and show Aubameyang that you're ambitious and that you're going to make top four next year. Because he ain't going to stay if we don't sign top players. Wow. That is breaking news, lads. Aubameyang is waiting for offers from top clubs. It's mad. It's mad. I didn't see this happening. I just went on the way. It was literally seconds after the tweet came out. And it looks like that's going to be happening right now. Lads, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Wow. We need Oba to sign a new contract, please. Exactly, we need him to sign a contract. But it seems like he's got his eyes on Barcelona. And you know what? In a way, rightly so. As a player from about as much as I want to buy him in a state, he himself knows he's a high caliber striker. He can play at Barcelona. He can play at Real Madrid, you know. And if they come in for him, why would you not go to that? In terms of as a player, as an Arsenal fan, of course, I stay at Arsenal. But forget Arsenal for a second and look at Aubameyang's perspective as well. Of course, he's going to go to Barcelona. That he'll get better money, or if not better money, but also be at a club that's competing for La Liga every year. Yeah, they did money this year. Lionel Messi alone is a convincing point there. I don't know, man. He's staying at Arsenal. He's getting a 250k week at Arsenal with 300k add-ons. So look, if he's staying at Arsenal, I hope so. Look, wages is going to play a part, 100%. But as I said, if a top club goes for Aubameyang, I think he's going to go. I honestly do believe that. Carlos or Gabriel Magalhaes, I believe you're saying there. I'll go Gabriel Magalhaes, left-foot centre-back, very good ball playing, very, very young as well still, 22 years of age. And then there's a video on him coming out later on my channel. Lads, if you haven't already, smash the like on this video. Let's get this video to 100 likes as soon as possible. As always, I'd appreciate that massively. And also do subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. I'm going to quickly check how many likes we're on right now. Right, so lads, we're on 59 likes. You know, and that's it's slacking, lads. So smash like video and get it to 100. You lot aren't getting top full low. As a Chelsea fan, you know, Chelsea fans excited right now, as you know. So yeah, we'll wait and see. Transfers play apartment. Okay, thoughts on Willian Bargi? Willian, well, I don't know. It's a sticky one. I think he's a good player to have. He's not a bad player, you know, but wages play a part and contract plays a part. I don't want to be giving Willian a 3-year contract, make no mistake. A 2-year contract, yeah. But apart from that, nah. So it's a weird one. But Chelsea fans are confident. Let Chelsea fans be confident, you know. Let United fans be confident. Because we were the same last year. We'd signed Pepe, we'd signed Tierney, we'd signed Salah and co. And we were confident going into that season. A lot of fans believed we were going to get top 4, top 3 maybe. You know, so Chelsea fans are the same right now. I expect you to be the same. You're signing players, so of course we're going to be excited. Let them be excited, lads. Is Willian confirmed? So lads, I have got a video coming up today at 10 p.m. or 10:30, depending on when the United game finishes. When that game finishes, that video will go live, and there will be an update on the Willian transfer and an update on the Gabriel Magalhaes transfer as well. So make sure you subscribed, liked, and just turn on the post notifications, and let's see who's the first guys there. You know, let's see who's the first guys of Team 14. Do I watch along for the United game? No, I would, but it's just not an interesting game to watch, you know. They're 5-0 up against Lask. They're not going to lose that game, I'm sorry to say. You know, they're not going to get knocked out of the Europa League. So if it was a 1-0 or a 2-1, I'd do it. But I just think there's just a nothing game to watch, you know. Like, so I'm not quite sure, lads. Where's him? Common Bavs 300 subs away from 13k. Imagine if always signs as you hit it. I'd love nothing more. But lads, as I said, we're only 300 subs away from 13k. The growth has been insane. So I really do appreciate that. Do a watch along for the Man City versus Real Madrid game. Maybe. You know, I would do. It depends. Champions League football on this channel, we're not used to it, are we? We're used to Europa League football here. So yeah. All right, back to transfers. Partey or Coutinho? That's a sticky one. It's a very sticky one. On one hand, Partey will address a majority of our defensive issues. And the second hand, Coutinho going forwards would make our attack even better. Lads, spam the comments. I want you guys to answer this question for me, because I can't myself. Partey or Coutinho? Who would you rather see Arsenal sign? Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get both, you know. And I could see Arsenal sign Coutinho. Partey's rumours have slowed down. And I don't know, it's because of the coronavirus, is it going to affect us? I'm not sure. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who would you rather have? Partey. Babs, if Partey signs, will you follow me on Twitter? Yeah, you know what? If Partey signs, I will follow you on Twitter. DM me right now and I'll follow you on Twitter anyways. Because I don't need to, you know, I'm Team 14 gets follows back. Anyways, regardless, man. I'm not trying to, you know, be some big level person, you know. I am what I am. Partey all day. Wow. Coutinho, we need creativity. Now, Coutinho would offer us creativity, but he isn't a top level creator. It's a common misconception of Coutinho. You know, go look at his Premier League assist numbers. They're never that high. They're good level numbers. They're never extremely high. Maybe he's improved his creativity in Bayern and Barca, but I don't think he's that level. He's a goal scorer from midfield, I think, at least. You know, do you think? Wait, hang on. Where's that comment gone? The comments are flying in, lads. I'm missing out the comments. Here you go. Who do you think our alternative Partey should be? Now, I'm not sure about this because I think how many players are on Partey's level as well? How many players are on Partey's level? It's a mad one. I think maybe you got that Danilo guy as well. You got players that, Abraham Sangare, who plays for, I think, Toulouse. I don't know if they're relegated now. He's another player. So I'm not sure, man. I think Partey is the guy you go for, man. Saka offers creativity. Coutinho isn't as creative. Exactly, Jay. Exactly what I'm saying. Coutinho is creativity. He's got creativity in him, sorry. Right? But he isn't on the level of Mesut Ozil used to be, right? Where he was making 3 or 4 chances a game. Coutinho will offer Arsenal creativity, but if you partner with Saka, then you're addressing the creativity. If you just have Coutinho on his own, he's not that guy. He's a great goal scorer from midfield. He's a great goal scorer. He scores goals for fun, right? But he isn't on that level of creativity, So it's a weird one. Diawara is a beast. I've heard about him, but again, I'm not quite sure. Greenwood or Werner? Look, they did not play for Arsenal. But you know what? I'm going to say it right now. I rate Mason Greenwood. Yes, I've had my things in the past with him and Martinelli, but it's time to come out and say it. He's a very good player, and his potential scares me. So I'd say Greenwood. I think he's a baller. All right, cool. Unai Emery wants Guendouzi at Villarreal. And lads, as I said, I'm going to talk about a specific rumour in my video at 10 or 10:30 p.m., depending on when the Man United game ends in the Europa League. And I will go give an update on Gabriel Magalhaes and an update on Willian, as well as Guendouzi and Alexandre Lacazette. So make sure you guys have to subscribe and like and just turn on post notifications. Yeah, it is what it is. Right, what else we got here? I think we will sign Rakitic, but I hope not. Again, it's an agency-based transfer. I wouldn't be surprised because his agency could make it out like that. The spelling is astonishing. Yeah, it's a sticky one still. I'll spell employees wrong. I made this very, very quickly. I woke up and I was like, oh, this is happening. I need to quickly make a video on this. So I was like, let me just go live because I haven't gone live for a while. And I just misspelled some employees. It happens, lads. It happens. Omar says, give your boy a follow on Insta. Listen, bro, you are a loyal supporter of hashtag Team 14. You are a big member of hashtag Team 14. You're a leader of hashtag Team 14. So you know what? Drop me a DM and I'll follow you back on Instagram. No worries, mate. No worries. Lacazette and Ketia. Well, obviously Lacazette's a better player, but it looks like he could be off the Juventus. So lads, let me know your thoughts on that. If Lacazette's off the Juventus, how do you replace him? Who can replace Lacazette? No chance Villarreal will be able to afford Guendouzi unless they sell Chukwueze or Pau Torres. Would you guys be open to a Pau Torres swap deal? Chukwueze is a good player as well. Maybe him as well. Maybe so, but I wouldn't be surprised. Right, what else we got? We don't need to sign Partey because we have Ainsley as a box-to-box midfielder. Nah, listen. Ainsley's a good player. Ainsley's a very good player, but he is not. And he is not the level of Thomas Partey, bro. He isn't. He's just not on that, So, nah. Listen, AG's a good player. Partey's levels. There's levels to this thing. Partey, not Coutinho. I'd take both. That's what we should be. We're a football club. We should be able to get both, I'd say. Right. Do you think there will be a surprise signing like Laka and Oba were and Pepe were? Well, Laka wasn't a surprise. Aubameyang was, and Pepe was as well. You know what? Maybe so. I wouldn't be surprised because when it goes to Arsenal transfers now, if we are going the route of agency-based transfers, players become available, Players like Dybala last year when he was going to United, that wasn't because of his scouting. That was because his agency had made him available. So any big-name players that become available by their clubs, because some players will go, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not going to say be excited or so-and-so. I'm not going to say, oh, there's a big bag coming to Arsenal this summer. But when you go for the agency-based players, you're more likely to sign the big name players as well. You know what? You look at Chelsea right now. When they sign Havertz and Werner, so and so, yes, they've scouted them, but agencies play a part. Any big transfer you guys see nowadays, make no mistake, there is a massive agent behind that. Pogba to United back in 2016. That wasn't just Pogba because Pogba wanted to go to United or United wanted Pogba. That was because of Mina Raiola. So I'll tell you what, when you have the agency-based signing, strategy, you will sign some big name players. And so that's what I'm saying. Don't be surprised if we sign Coutinho as well as another big name this summer because we can do that now with agencies. Havertz or Ziyech? Well, Chelsea fans are getting both, so I'd say they're both ballers. I love Havertz. I think he's a very good player. And I think if Chelsea sign him, it's going to be scary. It's going to be scary. Watch Inter come for an offer for Aubameyang. Look, if Aubameyang goes to Inter, that's a waste. No offense, yes, the Inter challenge for the Scudetto this year and they finished second. But I think if Aubameyang leaves Arsenal, I'm happy if he goes to Barca in a way because I know he deserves to be at that level or Real Madrid, right? But going to Inter, isn't that much of a massive step up to Arsenal as Barcelona is. You know, it's not the same pool. So if Aubameyang goes to Inter Milan, I hope that can't be the case. I think that won't be the case either. You know. So yeah, Coutinho or Mount? Well, obviously Coutinho. Mount's a good player. I rate Mount in a way as well, but Coutinho, man. Right. Think there are any chances of Jose Fernandez? Seems to have gone quiet on him. Well, listen, it's a weird one. You know, we were linked heavily to this guy a few weeks ago. People were saying this guy's coming to Arsenal, and now it's just gone quiet. But that's how it is with transfers. You know, some transfers they just fly and then they go quiet. I wouldn't be surprised if we sign this guy, but he isn't our priority. And if we can sign this guy for whatever is £20 million for a 17-year-old, yes, he might be a great player. But then why are we sacking our head of recruitments? I'm not sure, lads. I'm not sure. Right. OR or Slobozia? Well, OR's obviously levels right now above, but Slobozia is a very good player. I think if we sign Slobozia, he's the younger version of Coutinho. He's like Coutinho. He has the creative numbers in him, but he's more of a goal scorer from midfield. He will get you 15 to 10 goals from midfield a year. So it's a weird one. Maybe we sign Slobozia for Coutinho. He's a good player to have, I'd say that. Ziyech or Oba or Haaland or Werner or Havertz. There's quite a lot of O's there. There's different players there. So if you're comparing, let's just compare Aubameyang to Werner. Aubameyang's better. Ziyech to Havertz. I think Havertz is better. And Haaland is just a very good player to have. Okay, so there you go. That's the answer. Babs, if Willian comes, what will our formation be? And will we sell Laka? I don't think Willian's going to be a direct replacement for Lacazette. I think he's just a good squad player to have, experienced player in games where players are injured, you know, in Europa League games or so and so. He has experience there. He can come into him. He has a good, you know what? I'm going to show you guys this right now. Just to show you guys about Willian, right? There's a website called SofaScore, right? Let's see if it's good. There you go. It goes to it straight away, right? I'm going to search up Willian. Now, this website here, I was looking at this the other day, and it's very surprising with Willian. The performances. Now, look at the ratings here, lads. In his first few games of Chelsea, 8.0 against Aston Villa. These are good ratings, you know. Go search the likes of Aubameyang and so and so, or you don't get to that level. And you know what I mean? 8.7 and so and so. He's a chance creator. And you know what? I'm actually going to go back to the game against Arsenal back in 2000, the first game, I think the last game, 2019. I think Arteta's first home game. Here it is. He got an 8.2 rating compared to Arsenal's highest Aubameyang at 7.3. Yeah, it goes to show this guy, he can be a good player. I'm not saying he's the be-all and end-all and he's the guy who's going to make Arsenal great again, right? But he's a good player to have in a way, you know. And if we can offer him the right wages, nothing too high, you know, as well as a decent contract, nothing too much either, it would be, I could say it can be a good signing. It's not a bad signing, I'd say. It's not a deal breaker. It's just the amount of money we're spending this guy. But Willian, as you can see there, an 8.2 rating. It goes to show this guy has Billy in him. There's a player there. And also the key thing is, apparently Arteta wants Willian. And if that's the case, that makes this deal a lot more exciting. Because if Arteta wants him, I believe in my manager. But again, there will be more to Willian in my video later on today. Willian will be announced tonight. Hi, Babs. Do you think we will get top 4 next season because of Mikel Arteta's or Tekes? It depends on how you back him. 100% how you back him. You back him with the transfers, you give him the kitty, we'll get top 4. You don't, and it's back to top 6 at max. You know, that's how simple as that. Do you reckon we should sell Bellerin and look at a right back like Max Aarons since Norwich are going down? Max Aarons could be a bargain this summer because Norwich are going down, he's going to leave regardless. Bellerin's, he's come back up, you know. So, lads, you know what? Comment below in the comments right now, spam Bellerin or Aarons. So would you sell Bellerin and bring Aarons or keep Bellerin? So just give me a Bellerin or Aarons. I want to see what you guys have to say. Pepe or Bernardo Silva. Pepe's a baller, but Bernardo Silva's also a baller. They're both very similar. What else we got here? I think Willian is a Mkhitaryan replacement and Nelson will go to a Premier League club on loan. I think Nelson requires a loan. I think, yeah, he's got potential, but I just think he isn't quite worked out to the levels he could have. Are you a time traveller? Because you have 14 in your name and Arsenal have just won the 14th FA Cup. Look, I've always had 14 in my name since the start of my YouTube days. About 14 to be my name. Some guys know why and some guys don't know why. Yeah, it is what it is. Bellerin. Not Aarons. There's not many Aarons, is there? Bellerin, his performance against Chelsea was inspiring. It goes to show you, man, fans really, it all depends on how players are right now. A few weeks ago, if I asked that question, I'm 100% sure everyone like myself would have gone Aarons. But now Bellerin's come back into it and he's showing that he can play. And he's still got pace as well. It's a sticky one. I'm not quite sure. I've said Aarons is a good player, but Bellerin's also proven himself as well. Babs, your favorite position to play? Me. Well, as you can see, like the way it shows, I'm not quite the biggest active footballer. Back in the day, you know, I used to be quite a good player. I'm a central midfielder. I can dictate the play. Santi Cazorla, let's just say. That's what into Santi Cazorla. There you go. Who is finishing higher, United or Arsenal? Well, United have got better players than Arsenal. Make no mistake, they do. They spend more money than us, you know, so they're gonna have better players. But manager-wise, Arsenal have a better manager. I don't trust Oli. I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal finish above United. But I think right now, as things stands, United will finish above Arsenal. All right. Arteta, Willian is an Arteta man. So let's get him. He can create chances, something we miss at the moment. And exactly so, right? Willian is a chance creator. He makes chances. Even against, look, I'll go to this game against Arsenal, right? Back to this game against Arsenal. Let's click on him, specifically him, right? It was Chelsea stand-up man of the match with Chelsea, right? And if you go to his stats, let's go here. Where's the big chances created? Key passes 7. Big chances created 1. 7 key passes in one game. That's Mesut Ozil numbers. That is Mesut Ozil numbers. Make no mistake. So he clearly has chance creation numbers in him. And so, lads, Willian, I don't know. I'm warming to the idea a little bit. I understand it. I'm not over the moon for it. I'm not going to be over the moon if we sign the day we sign Willian like we were for Pepe. But I'm starting to understand it. Like I said, Sunil Chetri. Listen, if you know about Sunil Chetri, you know about him, innit? The India days, FIFA, yeah. But like I said, it's a baller, man. Like I said, obviously. Thoughts on Willock as a player? He's a weird one. I rate him, and he's also very inconsistent. But I think Willock's a player who Arsenal should loan this season. I think so. Yes, he can offer Arsenal good ball carrier, and he's a good number 10 here and there, but he's not on the level. And you know what? I'd rather have Emil Smith-Rowe than Willock as our number 10. So I'd loan Willock to a Premier League club this summer and see how he does. And if he does well, we can sell him on and keep him. But I don't think he's a good player to have. But I don't think he's top level. You get me? He doesn't have that high ceiling of Martinelli or the high ceiling of Bukayo Saka or even someone like Emil Smith-Rowe, who I think is better. Right. Not gonna lie, I was first angry with the idea, but the idea is growing on me. It is. And look, I know a lot of Chelsea fans have made him out like the worst player the world has ever seen. And I'm not saying he's the greatest and the be-all and end-all. But at the same time, I am warming to the idea a little bit because Arteta wants him. And that's simply why. You know, if it was a board thing of him being stingy, I would have gone, nah, I don't want Willian. But it's because if Arteta wants him and Arteta sees something in him, I believe in my manager. I believe in Arteta. And so if he wants a player, we're going to back that player. And that is the Arsenal way. Right, what have we got here? Willian will be a replacement for Ozil. I'm not quite sure. You know what? If Willian becomes, and this is this comment could be a pretty famous one going into the future. Because maybe Arteta wants Willian to play as a number 10 or in a midfield 3 and not a winger. Yes, Willian's played the entire career, but we've already seen with Bukayo Saka that Arteta is able to move these players from wide to central roles. So maybe in a 4-3-3 system, Willian can be deployed as one of those number 8s because he has the key passing in him, the work rate in him. And you know what? I've not thought about this, but maybe that's the case. So big up, can you get 100? Can you get a chicken nugget to 1,000 subs? Because maybe you've just come up with an idea of the days of days. I'm not quite sure, but maybe that could be the idea. Man City or Liverpool next season? I think Man City. They're going to sign players. They've already signed 2 players already, Ake and Ferran Torres. They're going to be better. Make no mistake. We are missing some quality midfielders that are smaller, that play for smaller clubs like Brooks, Fekir, also Buendia. Emiliano Buendia is another player who I think Arsenal should be in for because he's not going to be expensive. He makes chances. He's a good dribbler. He reminds me a bit of Santi Cazorla, just a bit. Right, so I think there's a few players, and maybe you guys want to see a video of me making 5 players that Arsenal should sign from relegated clubs. If you want to see something like that, let me know your thoughts, and I will make that video for you very soon. What else you got? I reckon we should keep Willock as we need an immense squad depth this season because of how often we are going to have games since, and that's true. Look, Willock's a good squad player to have. Kovacic or Ceballos? Now, this is a sticky question. I'm a big fan of Dani Ceballos. I'm also a massive fan of Mateo Kovacic. And even though he plays for Chelsea, I am not going to say, oh, he's an awful player. I'm not going to have an agenda against him. I think I rate Kovacic as a player. And so, you know what? Oh, Ceballos is a good player. I'm going to just say they're the same level. Even though I love Kovacic and Ceballos. I don't know. win the FA Cup, and then sack 55 employees. Yeah, I don't know, lads. Obviously, this is the whole point of the video. It was when I woke up to the news, I was really shocked, and I was like, "Wow, that's massive, yo." And Arsenal will get a lot of better stick for this, but it's their decision now, and we have to not stand by it and back it, but understand it in a way and go, right, we have to move on, and hopefully Arsenal can. Because look, if Arsenal don't have a good window this year, fans are going to turn on the board. Not on Arteta, make no mistake. We're not going to turn on Arteta, but the board will get it. So, yeah, there you go. Lads, we're about to round the stream up, by the way. 5 minutes, we're going to round this up. Going to get this to an hour stream. I was meant to do this for half an hour, but I've enjoyed it so far. So if you guys have enjoyed this as well, smash a like on this video. Apparently, we're 8 likes off 100. So, lads, smash that like button and do subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. As well, ending the stream in 5 minutes, and there will be another upload today at 10 to 10:30 p.m. breaking news on Gabriel Magalhaes and Willian. So hopefully you guys are staying tuned for that as well. Right, Ben Rama or Willian or Depay. Now Ben Rama is a player who's very interesting, right? Obviously with Brentford not going up, unfortunately, he's a player who's going to leave them. He's a Premier League quality player. Now of course he didn't have the greatest of games, but at the same time he's a good level player. So look, if I had to choose between Willian and Ben Rama, I choose Willian, and that's because no, I don't. I'm gonna change my mind. Ben Rama, because he's younger and he's got potential. But Willian, he's got Premier League experience. He's a good player, Willian. I don't know, lads. Again, it's for the comments because I can't do it. Right. What are your expectations for next season? Mine would be top 4 and win Europa League. You know what? I think top 4, yes, but Europa League's still there. And I'd love to win the Europa League next year. Not because I want to win it. It's because we've just been in there for so long. So I just, I think it's about time we lift that trophy. And I win a European trophy as well. Right. Sarr or Gabriel? Now, if you Malang Sarr, I think Gabriel Magalhaes every day of the week. Because Gabriel Magalhaes is a player who he's levels above. Sarr's a good player as well. And I think I'd have him as a squad player and a good player to have, and he might get better over time. And I would actually sell Kolasinac and bring in Sarr because they're very similar players. Sarr's a free transfer as well. But I think in terms of Sarr versus Gabriel Magalhaes, I'd Gabriel Magalhaes 100% every day of the week. Grealish or Maddison? Oh, we're going to go for... I'm a Grealish fan. I like Maddison, and I think he'd be more suited to Arsenal's current system. But I love Grealish as well. I think he's a leader, super jack. Hey, Grealish, you want to come to Arsenal? £80 million. We don't have it, but we'll pay installments, So come over, lad. I think we will get top 4. Top 5, sorry. I think, top 5 we should get top 5 next year, 100%. Look, we're an Arsenal Football Club. We should be aiming for the title every year. And the fact that we're happy with top 5 is top 4 at least for me. We should spend most of the budget on Partey and Coutinho as defenders go cheap. No, listen. I appreciate the comment there. But at the same time, I think a centre-back has to be a priority, as well as an attacking midfielder. I'm going to change the view to myself right now, because there's been just too long of that. Willian's face. But lads, yeah, I think going back to this whole thing, yes, we can spend money on Partey and so-and-so, but a centre-back is necessary. How many years have we seen Arsenal, not sign that centre-back? How many years have we seen that? We got so many times where Arsenal like, oh, yeah, Arsenal, we don't need a centre-back, and we're going to just sign Pepe instead and so-and-so. But look at us now, We need a centre-back. We've neglected this for too many years. And yeah, okay? So we need a centre-back. Right. Are you worried for the likes of Leicester and Wolves? In a way, yes. Because Leicester are a good team. But I also understand we're Arsenal Football Club. And we should be able to get back to where we were one day. Depending on signings, transfers, I think we have the manager there now. It's now down to the board and the club and the ownership to back Mikel Arteta. And it's as simple as that. Lads, I hope we have hit 100 likes because we were 8 away. So hopefully you guys have smashed that like button. And hopefully you guys have subscribed to the channel if you're new. There's a comment here saying, what is your lineup for next season? Now, this is a video that will be a massive video on my channel coming on very soon, as I will do my Arsenal predicted lineup for the 19 or 2021 season very soon on my channel. So hopefully you guys have subscribed and liked and turn on the post notifications. Big up hashtag Team 14. If you're a part of hashtag Team 14, subscribe to that channel and we will appreciate you like no one has before. Tierney or Mings, Tierney. What else we got? Coutinho, Partey for me, but Coutinho as a player would want him as well. Why are we happy with top 4? Are you guys high? It should be, as I said, man, we should be fine for the title. We should be fine for the title. But it's a weird one. It's a sticky one. We're not quite sure. Right, what else we got? Louise, ultimately, Louise. Hashtag Team 14. I thought Eddie was head transfer. No, Eddie was he's just the entire club kind of, and Raul runs the club. But Eddie was like, he runs the operations basically. That's what I've known. Will it include expert signings? Yes, expert signings as well in that video. So make sure you subscribe for that. And yeah, expectations for next season are based on signings, departures, and COVID-19. Hard to see what European football would look like exactly. But lads, 105 likes. Congratulations. Thank you very much, lads. I hope you have enjoyed this stream. If you haven't already liked the video, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are 40 seconds away from an hour. I'm going to end it an hour. Number one priority is to keep Aubameyang 110%. Babs, love the content, but what do you think of Olympiacos versus Wolves tomorrow? I want Olympiacos to go through, man. Wolves are a good team, but nah, man. Olympiacos, they beat Arsenal. I like Olympiacos now in a way, you know. So many fans have watched that video of mine, of my vlog for that game, and I've got to know a few Olympiacos fans. So hopefully Olympiacos can go through that game. But yeah, lads, I'm going to end it there and there. If you have enjoyed, like, subscribe, big up hashtag Team 14, and stay tuned for a massive video coming out at 10 or 10:30 p.m. UK time after the Manchester United game, as I will have breaking news on Gabriel Magalhaes, Willian, Lacazette, and Guendouzi. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the stream, and I will see you next time very soon. Big up hashtag Team 14. Big up hashtag Team 14. I can't even speak anymore. And I will see you next time in a bit.